Hello, everybody. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. Thought it'd be fun to do more trailer stuff. Last time I was talking about Dune and then Godzilla, and then my stream got hit up with a copyright violation email in the middle of it, which was definitely alarming. I'm not gonna lie, but I did some research into copyright, and they said if you reach out, direct to whoever you want to stuff you want to use, you get their permission, it's good to go. So I reached out to Severin Films and I asked if I could play their trailers, and they gave me a thumbs up. So hopefully everything's good to go, because I do have Severin Films permission to do this segment that I'm going to do today for you about Bruno Mattei. So I've got a lot of tabs open here, as you can see. Bruno. However, we're on the Mystic and Severe page, because last time I did a stream, I highlighted this thing right here, just like the coming up thing. And while the show is going live, you can listen to it live this Wednesday night at midnight. My new broadcast is up, which you can find right here. It's called Welcome to the West. There's a picture of Jeffrey Allen from the movie This Stuff Will Kill You by Herschel Gordon Lewis. And then I've got interviews with Paul Talbot, who wrote 2 books on Charles Bronson and is kind of like the guy on Charles Bronson to talk to. Bronson's Loose and Bronson's Loose Again are the name of the books. And then he produces Blu-rays for Scorpion releasing, or Shout Factory for movies like 10 to Midnight or The Mechanic. So he'll do a lot of audio commentary tracks, as well as produce interviews. So yeah, that's the big one. And then I want to do a little pre-show before the show goes live. So that's all I'm going to say about that for now. But the broadcast is available for you to listen to. It won't be live, so but if midnight is a little too late for you, you can party with it right now. So that is that. Mystic and Severe, up and at it. So I'm going to shut that, because as you can see, I have a scary amount of tabs. So I just Googled great Italian directors to see if Bruno Mattei would show up, and of course he doesn't. So let's look at this, though. This is interesting. This says a lot about what is considered great and what is not considered great. So Federico Fellini, number 1. Okay, fair enough. Vittorio De Sica, Antonini, Visconti, Pasolini, Bertolucci. That's all good stuff. But who the hell is this guy? Or this guy, Elio Petri, or, I don't know, maybe I sound like an idiot. I'm sure they're good directors, but if you look at this, it is like Fellini, De Sica, Antonini, Visconti. Your top 4 right there are very, safe. I don't want to say conservative, but art house of artistic merit, undoubtedly. Pasolini, okay, that's subversive right there. But then, it takes a while to get to Sergio Leone and Bava and Argento. I think that says something. All right, we got Fulci over here. It's good stuff. And we got Scorsese, who I don't know what he's doing there. He's an American. Corbucci's great, yeah. So even within these genre directors, Lenzi, oh my god, I'm so glad Lenzi is there. I don't know why Coppola is there. Okay, so I got a little distracted. Great. So let's make this a little bit more specific. Great Italian genre directors. Oh, okay, so you don't get a sexy list like that, like what we just had. So, if great Italian horror directors, how about that? Forget Leone, forget all that. So, okay, Argento, Bava, Fulci, unquestionably the three most important. Okay, but then it's going to get more debatable. Lamberto Bava, Michele Soavi, Riccardo Freda, Gregorio Diodato, Umberto Lenzi, Joe D'Amato, Antonio Margheriti. Bruno Mattei is there. Somehow ahead of Sergio Martino. That makes no sense. Even as a fan of, big fan of Bruno Mattei, that makes no sense. Sergio Martino is fantastic. And also, my name is Michael O'Keefe, if you don't know, aka the Movie Mystic. But look at this, Michael O'Keefe, Sergio Martino. Ho! You can check out, if you Google those two names, you can check out my interview with Sergio Martino, which was done on the CKCUFM website. So that's fun stuff. Another shameless plug. So anyways, Bruno Mattei has also been called the Ed Wood of Italy, which is not meant as a compliment. It is meant as it is. So, I have all up here, I've got like 10 trailers for movies that are out on Blu-ray that Bruno did. And I'm not going to lie, I discovered it all through this release right here. The Shocking Dark Zombie 3, Zombie 4 set of sorts. It came with a pin as well as some posters. And this came out in 2018. So I got it over the summer of 2018. And it sort of began an obsession with Bruno Mattei. Or maybe not an obsession. A true appreciation of Bruno Mattei. I had seen his other movies that are not Severin movies, by the way, but or not yet, like Rats and Hell of the Living Dead and Strike Commando. And I had some friends actually who were very enthusiastic about it, but for me it was still all about like Fulci and Argento and Martino and Lenzi, and like, you know, I wasn't really, you know, other directors have like one-offs that are interesting, but I wasn't really into the body of work that is Bruno Mattei. I didn't appreciate him really, you know, beyond. Well, I mean, Rats was good, but besides Rats, I didn't really have a huge amount of feelings towards him. But that has really changed since 2018. I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna play these trailers up here, and I got a couple of more Google links as you might be able to see. So we're gonna play these trailers. And I'm going to react, and I'm going to tell you which one of these you can buy, which ones you can't, over here. This is the Severin film site. So basically, you can go to severinfilms.com. Here's their stuff. You might want to give that Andy Milligan set before it sells out this week. And blah, 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 blah. Santa Sangra, Grizzly. This is a Joe D'Amato movie, by the way. It's in Italy. Deep Blood. But, and Nosferatu in Venice. Also Italian. But this is me searching for Bruno Mattei, and we're going to look at some products, but not until you can shop later. We're going to look into the goods. All these dope movies. So, this is the trailer that got me thrilled about Bruno Mattei. Let's party. Beautiful. Okay. The cuts. The cuts.
For everyone, this is the year zero.
Che ha avuto all'inizio.
Anche quando era in preparazione
Un
avevamo
personaggio, un'immagine, un mostro.
era facile realizzare.
con le persone fisiche.
E poi Fulci mi ha richiamato a fare.
You don't know what they're gonna do. That's what's good about it.
Great scene. This is the one that's not Bruno Mattei, the set. It had nothing to do with this. It was doing Robo War at the same time in the Philippines.
The results turned out incredible.
Debatable. Oh yes.
What's this thing? It's supposed to choke me.
È stato cambiato il titolo dopo, per questa era una...
That's now dancing.
Incredible. Wow. So the bundles are gone. I remember they still have some of those posters. I don't know. Oh yes, I got a story about that pin. Oh yes. So we don't need that ad. No! I'm not looking at that. So let's talk about that for a second. That was incredible. I mean, I love the viscera of that trailer. It got me excited. It got me going. Like, you know, I own it now, but it really got me going in 2018. So you gotta watch all those movies. All those movies I can recommend for sure. Zombie 3 was... Okay, so for those who don't know, in Italy, Zombie 1, or just the movie Zombie, was their title for Dawn of the Dead. So when George Romero came out with Dawn of the Dead, and it came to Italy, keep in mind it was co-produced by Dario Argento. When that happened, they called it Zombie in Italy. And then Fulci very shrewdly made a zombie movie of his own, and he called it Zombie 2, as if he was his movie was the sequel to Dawn of the Dead. So it wasn't, but some people obviously thought it was, even though Zombie 2 is, or it goes by many names. Now it's just called Zombie, but when got hit to it was just called Zombie 2. And then in England it was called Zombie Flesh Eater. So, I mean, that thing goes by a lot of titles. But anyways, you know, that was the marketing ploy. And then so he was going to do Zombie 3 years later, after Zombie 2, but he got sick while making it. So they hired Bruno Mattei and Claudio Fragazzo and his wife to boogie down on that one and to, you know, change the script a little bit, shoot some new material, da-da-da-da-da-da. And while Dawn of the Dead is, you know, if Dawn of the Dead is like the gospel or whatever, and Zombie 2 is a worthy fan sequel, you know, Zombie 3 is like the worthy fan sequel to the worthy fan sequel. So it's not as good, but it is a party late 80s vibe movie. So basically, like, the more you watch of these, you realize how few masterpieces there might be. However, if it's just a fun movie, you know, it doesn't need to be Suspiria every time. It doesn't need to be astounding from a visual or subtextual point of view. Zombie 3 is just a party, man. Zombie 4 was not intended to be a sequel to these movies. Zombie 4 was just called After Death, and it was Claudio Fragazzo's take on it. And now I think there's, in the first scene, how they lay out zombies, it's sort of racially problematic. It's kind of hilariously problematic, but problematic it is. So I don't feel the need to give it exposition beyond that. And then Shocking Dark is interesting because you've got this hilarious slipcover where again, like Zombie 2, it was marketed as Terminator 2 because Shocking Dark is like, basically an alien ripoff that turns into a Terminator ripoff, which is pretty amazing, pretty incredible. I love the whole shout out to Sam Fuller with the Fuller Corporation. Doretta is fantastic in it. I got to interview her actually right at the time of this release, and that was a hoot. She was in Bruno's other movie Rats, which I mentioned earlier. So it's all good stuff. These slipcovers are hilarious. I think you might be able to get this at a convention if you're lucky, but they might be gone for good, man. I myself have one. I have all the rare Fragazzo Mattei slipcovers. And that's good stuff. So, we're going to watch the trailer now for one of the greats by Claudio Fragazzo. And I know Bruno Mattei worked on it a little bit. He shot some extra footage, but this is really a Claudio Fragazzo movie. Keep in mind, they have a pretty interesting and complicated relationship. Claudio and his wife, Rosella Drudy, are more like the writers. They're more intellectually cerebral, while Bruno is more of like an action director. He's all about the cuts and cutting it together to get that rhythm, that beat. So they're the writers, he's the editor. That's how they function as directors, more or less. Oh, this is what sort of the package looks like right there. That's fantastic. And yeah, they're really good movies right here. But yeah, without further ado, let's just watch the Night Killer trailer, then I'm going to react to it. This is a quick little one.
Officer Gabrielle here.
I just got a phone call from a guy spying on me.
Was it an obscene phone call?
Yes?
Did he threaten you?
Yes!
Poor woman will never be the same again. She doesn't remember anybody or anything.
All of the victims were raped before they were tortured, mutilated,
Jesus
and
Christ.
killed by the masked maniac.
Ha! Mm. Happy Valentine's Day. So, that's hilarious. No. So, Night Killer is basically a Claudio Fragazzo movie. And it's sort of a psychosexual horror movie that doesn't quite work as well to me as The Devil's Honey by Lucio Fulci, which you can pick up on Severin Films, actually. But is still a party nonetheless. It is still a very strange movie. I love the Freddy Krueger mask, as well as just the melancholy attached to it. I think it sort of changes up what would be like a typical slasher, or low budget horror movie with little to no merit. The melancholic sense of loss and just that whole angle is really cool. I like it a lot. Yeah. So one thing I forgot to mention, I'm gonna get rid of this, is I brought it up that I forgot the Fragazzo Mattei pin. Yes. So this is awesome. I think you can still buy this. But I'll confirm that later over here. But this pin is no longer in my possession. I had it, but it's quite bulky. It is very large. Oh, it's in stock, so 100% there. But also, I gave it as a gift to my host in Los Angeles, which is Christopher Young. He let me stay out there in his house in 2019. February 2019, and 2 years ago, and that is what I gave him, and he shed cheesy tears almost when he was given this nice presents. So Wow, that's pretty great too. Talking about pins, you get that Night Killer pin. You can get a Night Killer sticker, which is incredible. It'll change your life. Okay, this is not it. Come on. It might be a little too graphic. It might be a little much. Let's see. It would be, so it's right here. It's basically a blonde jerking off our Freddy Krueger mask wearing killer. Which is, I really wanted to get a bigger image for you. No, it's not going to happen. It's too much. It's too much for the kids. Well, whatever. I have one of myself. Maybe I own one myself, so maybe I'll show it in another live stream. So, also what's hilarious about Night Killer is that it was marketed as Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, which you can see here. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that something else? So, if you were in Italy, you could just maybe walking around, the city. Maybe you're in Rome or whatever, and you see a poster for Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, and you're thinking, oh my god, Tope Hooper made another one. And then it ends up being by Claudio Fragazzo and Bruno Mattei. Amazing. That is like the weirdest marketing. It's like the best marketing, basically. So, that is the shameless tie-in there. Speaking of shameless tie-ins, Cruel Jaws. We're going to watch that Cruel Jaws. Let's turn it up.
This is not the place nor the time.
The great stock footage user, Bruno Mattei. Oh my god! Very believable shark. I feel like everything is stock footage here. What is even real in this movie, this trailer? Some serious bodacious dudes here, huh? Or, sorry, tubular dudes and bodacious babes. Oh no. It all seems so heavy duty. Well, he's Cruel Jaws. That's what you get for being greedy. Wow. What is there to say? What is there to say? Directed by William Snyder. Hilariously, they found a Japanese cut of this movie, and they called it the Snyder cut of the Blu-ray, which is amazing. That's really good stuff. So, this movie is pretty great. I mean, it is the Jaws ripoff by Bruno Mattei. What else? You can see the use of stock footage is, I mean, it's prevalent in every Italian Jaws ripoff. But, you know, who does stock footage better than Bruno Mattei? That is just like, again, like, he's an editor. He's great at cutting these cheapo things together and making 10 cents out of 5 cents, I guess. Or, you know, 2 pennies out of a penny. That movie is great. It was everything I was hoping it would be. It's got the Hulk Hogan lookalike. You know, it's got the exact same tropes as Jaws. The whole, you know, they won't shut it down because they're greedy situation. And a bunch of basically idiots flailing around for an hour and a half. And look at this. You can get the slip. The Jaws 5 Cruel Jaws slip. That is a thing that is pure art. And sold out. And again, I have the Terminator 2, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, and Jaws 5 slips. Eat it. I'm not putting it on eBay. Get over it. Recently, I finished this book. It took me a while to get through it because it's freaking stupid and hard to motivate yourself to read it. But it is a book that exists and that I bought, and that was was a necessary purchase as a Bruno Mattei fan. So basically, Brad Carter, the author of this book, really goes for it. He really does. He really makes it everything just a little bit larger than life. It's you know, there's more sex in a movie that was sort of sexy, but like you really get a lot of like perverse insight. I noticed a lot of sex stuff, a lot of sex talk. Some more violence, more just like adjectives to describe salacious and over-the-top behavior. And then, of course, they make it all a government conspiracy. So there's conspiracy theory tropes in it as well, which is sort of perfect for a Bruno Mattei Jaws ripoff novelization, which actually exists. And there are other things that you can get. I think you can still get it, but like there's the Cruel Jaws bandana. Yeah. That exists because they wear a lot of bandanas in that movie. And then you get the Cruel Jaws toilet lid. Is that what it is? Yeah. So you can make pretend that your painful poop is really the shark seen in a Bruno Mattei movie. Or you can... I can't believe this. You even have water guns. Where are they? Come on. They were here. They are there. I mean, there you go. You can see it right there. Oh, it's on eBay. So I guess they sold out. But you can get a Cruel Jaws water gun. I remember they weren't selling very many. I don't know why you'd be so compelled to get something like that. You know, I convinced myself that the novelization was integral, and then it ended up this quick book took me like a month and a half to get through because I could never bring myself to read it, but it was pretty funny in the end. Not to shit on it completely. So we're done with this. No more Cruel Jaws. Alright. What do we got next? We've got... Okay. Mondo Cannibal. So I don't believe you could buy this movie. However, this, for a period of time at least, was my favorite Bruno Mattei movie. So, on Saturday I watched In the Land of the Cannibals, which you should definitely check out. It sort of had like a Predator meets Cannibal Holocaust vibe. But Mondo Cannibal is sort of the ultimate media critique. But let's give it a watch, the trailer a watch, and then I'll talk about it some more.
It's not going to turn out so easy. Like war in Texas. It's not ever easy.
Oh, what a television show.
You want sensational? Just stick with Jimmy Boy.
Oh, why?
The World of Cannibals only on TV1.
The public needs gore. Get the picture, asshole?
For race, savages, predators.
Oh my god.
Just a minute there. We think our guide has found a goodie.
No one's gonna take away from the computers.
Jesus Christ. Savage. Bruno Mattei, you have no shame.
Never talked like this before.
You have no shame, and I appreciate you.
I woke up. You wake up too.
It's beyond me. It's a completely useless, pitiless execution.
At last,
Keep it writing!
Now I ask, who is the real
Who's the real cannibal? Yeah, Vincent Don. That was another stage name he used a lot. So, yeah, this is gonna Vincent Don. Yeah. So, you had William Snyder, but Vincent Don is really the man, in my opinion. And if William Snyder and Vincent Don made a movie together, that would be incredible. Anywho, yeah, it's a great, stupid stage name. Anyways, this movie is amazing because what they do is they look at a European news team who is struggling because their ratings won't match American networks because American networks have the war in Iraq to cover. So they make up... Well, they go to an indigenous tribe and they spice everything up through sex and murder by basically terrorizing this indigenous group and then taking shots of them out of context to look as if they didn't perpetuate the whole mess and that these people are just savages. So it basically talks about how racist the media is while itself becoming a bit of a problem. But it is hilarious. And I love the idea of a news team feeling that they need to up the ante and compete with the war in Iraq. That is just so funny. And yeah, this movie obviously came out in the 2000s. It was 2005. And yeah, it's a simple media critique, but it's hilarious. And I wasn't expecting it. It really caught me off guard. It's kind of weird to see Bruno Mattei, his work in the 2000s. I prefer the stuff in the 80s as a rule, but this one still stands out to me as probably the strongest piece of work he ever did. Which may not be saying much to you, but is saying a lot to me comparatively within the context. So, we're going to look at this one, Robo War, which came out 2 years ago. And I think it got the most clicks out of all these trailers. So this has got 26,000. I shut a couple of down, but I know it was ahead of that. So, okay, 28,000, maybe not. And then what else? The other hell got 12,000. This got 5,000. So, 25,000. Okay. 12,000. And, whoa! 177,000. That seems ridiculous. Okay. Alright, so that gives us the context. So, Robo War is pretty incredible. It's definitely, like I said, this one has got, In the Land of the Cannibals, has got some pretty steady vibes from the movie Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. But this one is made within the period of Predator. So, this is like a big gun alpha male movie during the period of Stallone and Schwarzenegger, the heyday. And it's pretty incredible. So let's watch this trailer.
Private Larry Garino, Alfred Bray, dubbed Papa Doc. Sonny Peel, martial arts expert. His friends call him Blood. Quinn, forward scout and point taker. And this is our coordinator, Major Murphy Black.
Yeah.
We're gonna start settling some accounts here.
Boom, 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 nice.
This belongs to Lieutenant Woodring. Remember him?
Woo! What a reveal. See, that's a great shot. That's a great cut. Oh my god. Yelling at machine guns.
Keep still.
Oh my. What a trailer run. We're gonna pause right there. That's perfect. Wow. So for me, this was like the cinematic events of 2019. Okay, maybe Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was, but this is the trailer that got me so excited for movies that summer. I was on like a last summer for big releases, so they kind of said something. You know, Avengers Endgame had come out, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the buzz was going. But honestly, the trailer for this got me going. It definitely got me going. For the main releases that month for Severin, I was excited. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, again, like what I was saying about Bruno being a good editor and cutting stuff together and getting rid of the fad, even if there are logical or continuity errors, like just the money shots themselves are pretty well put together, and you know that reveal of our robot killer character coming out of the smoke, for example, that's a great shot. There are other examples of good shots in this movie. Yeah, the acting's not great, and the dialogue is kind of dumb, and scenarios and sort of laughable continuity issues, sure. But it's got some good shots, and it's put together pretty well, I gotta say. Also, notably, the music was by a guy named Al Festa, and if you buy Robo War and Zombie 4, actually After Death, you can get the music by Al Festa. So Al Festa was scoring Robo War. Basically what was happening was they were shooting Robo War during the day and After Death at night with the same camera. So different crews, I imagine, but it's the same gear. And Al Festa had a plethora of music and actually an excess of music, so they were able to put it over from Robo War as well as into Zombie 4 After Death, and it's really awesome stuff. It's definitely like a C or D grade John Carpenter style, but like that sort of synthy style is awesome. It sounds to me like a Sega Genesis sort of score as well. So if you're sentimental about that era of music, definitely consider picking up those releases just for the soundtrack. Al Festa is not someone that people really talk about at all, and it's for that summer he made 2 pretty cool soundtracks. So that's basically what I have to say about Robo War. It's one of Mattei's better ones for sure. It's one of his best action movies. Strike Commando doesn't have a Blu-ray yet, but I would say Strike Commando is better. And I haven't seen Strike Commando 2 in a while, so is this better than Strike Commando 2? I couldn't really tell you. I remember a few years back in Toronto, they did a double bill of Strike Commando and Robo War. I wonder how that went down. So, there's that. Okay, so the other Hal is, I don't know why this is in the Bruno... Oh, yeah. So it is directed by Bruno Mattei. I thought it was Claudio Fragasso at first. Claudio worked on the movie, again, like in the writing area. But this is a Bruno Mattei release. Sort of has religious themes going on, which is hilarious. Given that I don't think... I just don't... I can't imagine Bruno Mattei being too spiritual of a person. But, you know, that's all good. So, I've got some DVD releases. Mondo Cannibal was a DVD release, actually. But this is the last Blu-ray release, which is still available on the Severin site, which I will show you soon enough. But, yeah, the other Hal. It's recycled some music from Goblin. It's pretty good. Let's watch the trailer, then we'll talk about it. It's good Goblin music. The Master of Recycling, Bruno Mattei. That's kind of a cool shot. Okay. Whoa.
Satan. The fruit of sin and obscenity.
Of course. Look at the owl son. Alright.
I won't allow you to upset the company's life. So now the clinic's being shot.
Mara. I was sent here especially to try to find out how he's going to die. It was a job I was given. And I don't mean to leave this conference until I've solved the mystery.
Well, there's no mystery in this conference, I assure you.
Damn. The other Hell or whatever. Ha! Another made up name. So, yeah. I'm not feeling that one as much. Not gonna lie. However, it's still pretty fun. It's still retro Italian horror. And like I said, eventually, when you've watched, if not all, but you feel like all the classics, just watching more of similar sort of movies with that feel is a good time. So, yeah, I mean, you can do worse than The Other Help. It's just not a movie that I'm in love with. I'm not, enamored with it or anything. But, if you're a completist like I am, you'll add it to the collection. I do have the Blu-ray myself. Okay, so yes, In the Land of the Cannibals. I watched this on Saturday, and I thought it was pretty fun. It's kind of like a Predator ripoff in the 2000s, early 2000s, with essentially cannibal holocaust thrown in there. It's kind of made in a period where Italian genre cinema isn't a thing anymore, but somehow this exists. So let's watch the trailer. Yeesh.
They were a rescue squad.
Snow Robo War.
Going down, folks.
They had a mission to carry out. They knew they were alone.
Don't land choppers in marshes.
Stock footage from Robo War.
What they would find.
That's the Cannibal Holocaust sort of scene I was referring to. Definitely reminded me of Cannibal Holocaust.
An incredible adventure. In a fierce and hostile world.
If we don't stop the hemorrhage, he's gonna die.
Yes. The savage. They must die. Die. Die.
I'm gonna fucking cut your heart out!
Land of Death.
Land of Death. AKA In the Land of Cannibals, of the Cannibals. So, I basically summed it up. It is like sort of a racist movie where you're not allowed to do racist movies anymore. It's definitely got some Cannibal Holocaust vibes going on, as well as Predator vibes. It's not PC whatsoever. It's just fun. It's just kind of well shot, or well edited. Maybe not. The shots are great. The acting certainly isn't good, but it's a fun movie, and you could do a lot worse. So, yeah, I don't think you can buy it though. So you're gonna have to be resourceful with that one. So now we've got a few more. We're gonna do his zombie movies now. So this is Zombies: The Beginning. These are again in the 2000s. Nice. Oh my god. It looks awful and amazing. I love it. I might have to watch this tonight. I don't know.
Hey, I found him! I heard that there's a problem on an island! Yourself and not these resuscitated
Wow.
I'll destroy you and send you to hell.
Zombies the beginning. So there's another zombie movie he did called Island of the Living Dead. So I think before I comment on that, it would work if I commented on both zombie movies. Beautiful. I think I'm liking the vibe for the last one more. I haven't seen this in like a year. Still fun though. Like they're both stupid and entertaining, but one is just a little bit more fun than the other. Ooh. Wow. Amazing. Island of the Living Dead. So yeah, they're both just kind of fun, and I prefer the cannibal movies, but just because Italian cannibal movies are just uniquely offensive and revolting, and they elicit, so they're going to elicit more emotion and get more more of a visceral response out of you. While these two zombie movies, like, I thought the other one was a lot cooler. Zombies, the beginning, I don't know. I just prefer the vibe of that to Island of the Living Dead. It's kind of hard for me to articulate. That's just where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at in this relationship with 2000s Bruno Mattei zombie movies. Okay? Can you respect that? I hope so. If not, you can move on. So, we got one more trailer for you. And then we will look at some products over here. And then wrap up this conversation, which the stream has been going on for nearly an hour. This is my longest stream to the date, and I'm happy that I can go this long. So let's watch this. The Jail, the Woman's Hell trailer. This is like the most contextless, pointlessly violent movie of his to my memory. So it's a good one to end with. Oh yes. The great Intervision logo. Don't get confused. Intervision's owned by Severin. They're the same company.
You know anything about this place? No, nobody knows anything about it.
Get out!
I feel like somebody does.
You've forgotten your companion.
Get out of here!
and quiet. Save her! In exchange, I'll do anything!
Anything?
I didn't know.
Okay. I remember a lot of screaming in this movie. Lots of sexualized violence. Well, that didn't seem necessary. Yummy.
Do you know who I am?
It's the Duke. Another Robo War shot for good measure. Yup. That's the third time we've seen someone jump off a waterfall. It's an important shot to him. That's why. The jail, the woman's hell. So, yeah. I like the cannibal movies. Model Cannibal is my favorite one of this period. And then In the Land of the Cannibals. Then you got the zombie movies. Zombies the beginning I prefer. And then you've got The Jail, The Woman's Hell, which is beneath those four movies. For me personally. I think this is a Filipino movie. I'm guesstimating that. However, when I think of that, I think of, woman in cages. Pam Grier. Stuff like this. So it's like really like old school, like 70s vibe, because zombies and cannibals, it's more of an 80s vibe, but they're trying to do like the big bird cage. Where's the poster for that? You gotta get, well, this is a great still. That's a great shot. But definitely like, yeah, that's like 70s to the T. So they're doing, Bruno's either ripping off, he's got four movies where he's doing the 1980s in the mid 2000s or early 2000s, and then he's got one where he's doing the 70s in the 2000s, and that is just too much of a stretch for me. There's nothing ironic. He's not like a Tarantino or whatever. He's just like this old dotty man doing what he knows in an era that no longer cares about him. So hopefully you're not like that. So there you go. We did all the trailers. We did a lot of trailers. That was beautiful. So let's finally look at some products and then wrap it up with some final words. So again, this is a beautiful pin, which you need in your life. Is it available though? Let's see. It's in stock. So you can get an oversized pin, which is like a nice decoration. It'll destroy one of your shirts. I'll tell you that right now. Alright, Bruno Mattei. Island of the Living Dead. I believe this is out of stock. It doesn't seem to... Whoa, these posters are cool, huh? This is definitely a City of the Living Dead vibe. I'll just show you the poster of the City of the Living Dead, in case you haven't seen it. The video art. Yeah, look at that. Or the Gates of Hell. Look at that. That's Fulci. Filmed by Lucio Fulci. City of the Living Dead. And then look at this. Come on. He's just like barfing out the city though here. While this bitch is like sniffing it. Barf. It's like cocaine versus alcohol. So you get these packages, but I'm pretty sure that they're not a thing. Let's see though. But yeah, page I found. All this stuff is gone, dude. There's no way. I'm pretty familiar with the Severin site, so it's not gonna happen. What about this? Let's look at the cannibal stuff. There's no way it's still out there. About the cannibal, the land of the cannibals, blah 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 blah. If I click on it, what do I get? Page not found. Sorry, you're gonna have to get creative with how you watch these movies. However, it's not all bad news. Because you can buy the Shocking Dark Blu-ray. So this is $22 in American. So wherever you're at, you gotta do the currency conversion to figure it out. And yeah, you can go to their site for more shipping details. I'm not doing that right now. So Shocking Dark, beautiful movie. Come on. There's something to take, home to mom, right? Come on. Get Shocking Dark. That I can definitely recommend. The cannibal movies are a must. You can watch it, and if you love it, if you love the vibe of this, watch these movies. For sure, the zombie movies. The woman's prison movie, I don't know. I give it like a recommendation only for completeness. So you can buy the Shocking Dark DVD if you don't have a Blu-ray player. You're living like in the year 2002. And look at that, $17. So you save $5 American. So now we've got stuff that is not Bruno Mattei related. So this is confusing. This is Joe D'Amato's Jaws ripoff, Deep Blood. I'm not talking about that today, so I'm not clicking on it. But Cruel Jaws is available, $24. So just $2 more than Shocking Dark. And it's all beautiful stuff. This I can definitely recommend. I will certainly recommend that for you. Great movie. Lots of fun. Novelization, I don't know about that. I don't know if I can recommend the novelization. But the movie, shit, yeah. The bandana is still there. Same with the toilet decal. The Beast in Heat, not Bruno Mattei. This down here, Emmanuel and Francois, not Bruno Mattei. Robo War. Let's check it out. This is... Well, I know this is available. That's not like... I'm not on the right page, though. I don't know what to say. Here we go. So you want to get this one. You don't want the standard edition. You want to get the... I'm not even going to click on that. You want the soundtrack. You want the Alfesta. How much is that? Soundtrack and all. $28. Alright, so a little bit more than the other two. But you're getting the soundtrack. It's a rockin' soundtrack. So I said I wouldn't do it, but how much is the standard version? Now I want it now. For the sake of you. So, only $4 less. And, like, it's still available. For the first 3,000 units only, it's been 2 years, they haven't sold 3,000 of these things, I guess. And then you get the DVD. You get the sticker. I have the sticker somewhere. I might have lost it. It's a pretty cool sticker. Is it still in stock? Oh, it's a pin. Never mind, it's a pin, excuse me. So it's in stock. It's $10. And this is what it looks like in not unpackaged. Or sorry, unpackaged. So there we go. All these movies are nuts. Bruno Mattei. Oh, we didn't do Violence in Women's Prison. Okay, so we still might have one more trailer to do. Zombie 3. So there you go. It's $28 for the soundtrack. So they're still on the limited edition. And then $17 for the DVD. You get a poster. And you get a freaking t-shirt. So, let's see. Is this poster autographs? I think you get it autographs. Choose an option. So let's see. So you get Inside or Outside by Claudio Fragazzo and his wife Rosella Giudi. So Claudio was like directed some movies and wrote, while Rosella only wrote because film industry be sexist. Sadly. And this is a great looking shirt. There's a flying zombie head, which sort of defies zombie logic. For those who know, when you chop off a zombie's head, usually, that's it. It's over. But this one, someone opens up a fridge and a zombie head flies and tries to kill him. And that's, does it get any better than that? I don't think so. So yeah, remember, Claudio Fragazzo directed Troll 2, Never Forget. Never forget. So the reason why, like I said, Bruno Mattei co-directed this movie with Lucio Fulci, but both men are dead, so the writers signed the poster instead. So, Violence in a Woman's Prison. We're going to go back to that in a second. The Other Hell. Let's look at this. So there's like a whole write-up. I ain't trying to look at any of this. Just want to see how much the Blu-ray costs. They had it. They sold it with Dark Waters, which is a Greek movie from the 90s, which is like actually a horror movie that deals with religion a little bit more effectively, I would argue. Outer Prince. Night Killer's there. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Where's the freaking Blu-ray? Is it out of print? I don't think it is. I don't believe it. Alright. Let's open up another tab and further investigate this. Alright. So, seems to be just available on DVD. Maybe it's not available. I don't know. I feel like I'm spending a lot of time on this. It's probably out of print. This is what it looks like. So, let's go. Before I forget, before I scroll down any further, Violence in a Woman's Prison. Is this still in print? Yeah, it's still in print. It's in stock. So this is an Emmanuel movie with Laura Gemser. So it's kind of like a mean-spirited porn. Laura Gemser stars in the Ultimate Woman in Prison movie, or WHIP, they call it. Let's see, this is the abbreviation, WIP, WHIP. Whip it good. This movie's awesome. Yeah, I have it on this. You can have it either like that, or you can flip it around to this. I typically go for the retro one with my Blu-rays. So, Violence in a Woman's Prison. Is there a trailer for this? Or is it too hot? Come on. Show me the thing. They might have got rid of it. No? Okay, Manual of the Last Cannibal and Violence in a Woman's Prison. Well, now we're getting into Joe D'Amato stuff. I don't know if I want to show this. No, I think I'm going to pass. Check it out for yourself. Violence in a Woman's Prison. We've done enough damn trailers. So, like I said, these DVDs, you're going to have to get creative. Night Killer. Night Killer. So you can't get that slipcover. That sold out so fast, guys. It was up at, I forget what time, but I remember I woke up and like I had done a Mystic and Severe broadcast. It wasn't up yet. I think it hit the site at midnight, and so I got home at like midnight PST. So I got home and I crashed at like 2:40 a.m. and then I rolled out of bed to order this thing at like 5 a.m. And then when I woke up at 10 a.m., they were sold out. That might not quite be the timeline, but I know it's within the afternoon it was gone. Gone. They were selling some of those slips at a Texas horror convention, which is hilarious. And then the rest went very quickly. So for $24 for something that is perfect with the Devil's Honey or Emmanuel Francois. Look at this. Beautiful. Look at the schnoz on both of them. I love it. And you get a little some interviews with Claudio Rosella. I haven't gotten to the special features of these things. It's not much though. It's all about the movies, okay? And that's it. So we covered a lot of ground talking about all these wonderful Bruno Mattei movies and why he deserves some love. He doesn't have to be your favorite Italian director, but you should at least appreciate him. So this is me, Michael O'Keefe, aka the Movie Mystic, signing off. I hope you enjoyed this hour conversation about Bruno Mattei. Hope you guys have a great day.